Good day, YouTube. I had a briefing today that I attended where I had to brief. It's a high-level briefing. I remember in 2003, I was a second lieutenant, active duty, and I went into the exact same room and briefed the commander at that time. So fast forward 16 years later, I was right back in that room. I've been there several times throughout the years, and I've seen a lot of people that I've served with in the past who are now maybe retired and serving in a different capacity. But I want to share with you my observations. I will be vague about some points of the brief, but it was something that the first thing I noticed is there was a lack, in my opinion, a lack of diversity. I used to be equal opportunity, so I've been through that training and I love diversity. I'm from Los Angeles, California originally, where I was used to that melting pot of different people, different cultures, different backgrounds. And in this room, there was male and female, but that was about it. That's the first thing that I noticed. Next thing I noticed is some people appear to have ego, in the sense that they're higher ranking, enlisted or officer, and you could sense a little bit of ego there, which is not something I really like. Again, that's just my opinion, and maybe I'm just reading a book by its cover. I could be completely off. What I was impressed with was the leader, the main person there. It's a guy. He was extremely sharp. And I love when I see that, because that sharpness, if let's just say there's ego involved with that person, which in this case it wasn't, you can back it up. You can back it up with knowing what questions to ask and why, or asking for clarification. On the opposite side of that is whoever is attending or whoever is briefing, you better be prepared to answer those questions, because a sharp leader makes us sharper. My opinion again, and it's something that I really believe in. I love when I have a leader who is completely sharp, because that's going to make me sharper. I have to be prepared to answer his or her questions. Now, the attendees need to be prepared as well. You need to know your job or have that expert there with you, because the last thing you want to do at any briefing, especially a high-level briefing, is start to tap dance. I think I saw a little bit of that, and it's not something that I would want to be in. So it goes back to that leader. How sharp is that leader? If that leader is sharp, he or she's going to ask a lot of questions for clarification and understanding. If you have a leader who is not that sharp, you can kind of just do the minimum and get by, and it's not something that I would want to be in again. Level of confidence in the people that were there. You have some people that are very, very confident, some that maybe not be confident. So how does this relate to you? Is in your job, regardless of where you work, military or civilian, is hopefully you have that level of confidence. When it comes to my program, I brief TAP, Transition Assistance Program, I'm extremely confident because I am the subject matter expert. And let me give you an example of my briefing. Everything is there. It's one slide. It's easy. I know exactly what I'm going to say. If he has any questions, he asked, and I answered. My rating, my compliance rating for my team right now is 99%, which is solid. That rating is comprised of two factors: me and my team doing our job, and the customer. I only have control over myself and maybe some of what the team is going to do. If my team can't do it, I'll do it. If I can't do it, the team will do it. We have no control over the customer. So that 1% of failure in this case is because of the customer. I need to let my cat in. She meows and doesn't come in. And I understand that it's important to have a 100% compliance rating, but I'll throw out my opinion, which is that realistic? My goal is 100%, but again, I have no control over that 1% or that individual that does not do what they're supposed to. I remember him asking a question about that, and for about 3 minutes my face was hot, my face was red, but then I realized I can't take it personal, and I moved on, because as a team we've done our part and we will continue to do our part. Another observation that I noticed is when a certain individual, let's say a high-ranking individual, says something kind of like a joke, how the people think it's super funny. And what I did is I looked at my teammate who was there briefing another program, and I gave her a sarcastic look, kind of like, it's not that funny, but the majority of the people in the room will laugh when a leader says something. There were a lot of observations. I just shared a few with them. I wanted you to think of how this relates to you. Anytime you have to do a briefing, either on the civilian side or on the military side, the best advice I can give you is be prepared for your briefing, practice it, know your stuff, expect the unexpected, and if you don't know the answer, there is nothing wrong with saying, I don't have the answer, let me look into that, sir or ma'am, and get back to them. You want to see what I looked like when I was 21 years old? This is in Los Angeles. I got beat up at a club in Hollywood.